In Capital News tonight, Ministry of Health confirms 3 new coronavirus cases. Floods wreak havoc in Kilombero. And in sports, TFF tells members to prepare to play without fans after the 30 days league suspension. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Yvonne Msema. First, the national news. The Minister of Health, Community Development, Gender, the Elderly and Children, Umi Mwalimu, has stated that the number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the past 24 hours has increased from 3 to 6. In a ministry statement, she said that 2 of the new cases are males aged 40 years, residents from Dar es Salaam who had traveled from Switzerland, Denmark, Belgium and South Africa. More than 250 houses have been engulfed with floods, which have also caused destruction and various crops such as rice, sugarcane and maize at Nyange village in Msolwa Station Ward, Kilombero District, Morogoro region. Kilombero District Commissioner has toured the area to assess the situation.
Rice pads have been damaged and we have lost food items as we were moving. I asked the government to reduce the amount of water. We are living under difficult circumstances, but we are grateful to the government for food and shelter. A lot of homes have been affected. Food has also been damaged. We have not seen so much water like this before.
Test results on the driver who had transported the first coronavirus patient in the country have shown that he has not been infected. This was revealed by the Assistant Director for Communicable Diseases from the Ministry of Health, Janet Mgamba.
Taarifa kwamba sampuli zilichukuliwa za hao pamoja na huyo dereva na zote zimeonekana hazina.
Samples were taken from them and both came negative. These were checked more than once and we've actually checked 3 times, as is the standard procedure. We will keep a close eye on them. The 27 people identified by health experts have samples taken and they too have come back negative. This is very encouraging. It is clear that the general public will uphold instructions given on how to protect oneself.
Ongoing rains have destroyed the culvert at the bridge over River Tungamalenga, which is an important link between various villages in Idodi Division, Iringa region.
Women are forced to deliver from home because they can't get to the health center. There is no bridge. Shop owners buy goods from outside, which is difficult. We ask the government to fix the bridge. We've done our best and moved those affected to safety. We are grateful that no one has been hurt. The river keeps growing in size and it is getting deep. We will only be able to help the people once water has gone down.
Despite public education on preventative measures against coronavirus, some residents in Moshi Town, Kilimanjaro region, have ignored the instructions by taking pictures of ambulances carrying patients into the quarantine area established to test coronavirus cases at Mawenzi Hospital.
What we've done in Moshi Municipality Council is to impart the knowledge to the people about coronavirus, but also we've trained relevant personnel so they too can pass the knowledge to the people. People have not been informed about what is going on, and as a result, they don't know how to respond. We are advising all Tanzanians to regularly wash hands with soap and water. If there's no water, then they should use a sanitizer.
Tunaamini kuwa ugonjwa huu unavyoambukizwa unatoka kwenye mikono kupitia kwenye sehemu za macho na pua na mdomoni. Hundreds of residents of Katoro and Buseresere wards, Geita region, continue to face challenges in accessing various social services several months after the bridge linking the wards was swept away by floods.
Mvua ikinyesha, tunapata shida sana kuvuka mahali.
It becomes difficult to cross the river. Some end up falling into the water. The road is in a poor state. We are asking the government for assistance. The responsibility to repair the road is with TARURA, and we have notified them. The contractor failed to honor the contract, so steps have been taken to find another one.
The wife of the president, Mama Janet Magufuli, has called on various institutions, organizations, business people and individuals to support people with special needs. She made the call after giving a donation of different items to children at Chashire and Matumaini Homes at Chamuna State House in Dodoma.
Nimefurahi sana kuwaona wanangu wa vituo viwili vya Cheshire na nyumba ya Matumaini.
I'm delighted to see the two children from Cheshire and House of Hope centers. However, I would have been happier if I'd come to visit you there. But I've invited just a few together with your representatives and guardians, honoring the directive given by the government to avoid crowds, to protect ourselves from being infected with the virus. I've come today to present to you these gifts: rice 2 tons, maize flour 2 tons, 830 kilograms of beans, cooking oil 830 liters, sugar, beverages, biscuits, blankets, laundry soap, toilet soap, petroleum jelly, bed sheets, and mosquito nets. I know what I've given you isn't much in comparison to challenges faced, but it is my hope that it will go some way into meeting your needs.
Lakini nina imani kwa kiwango fulani kitaweza kukidhi mahitaji yenu.
And that is the end of the national news. International news is next after the break. In international news, as the number of confirmed coronavirus cases continue to grow to 11 in Rwanda, the government has suspended flights in and out of the country for a period of 30 days with the exception of flights carrying cargo and emergency cases.
Most of our cases were reported on people who traveled in the last 14 days, so it is clear that these are imported cases. A seminar on coronavirus has been given, and health workers are going house to house speaking to people about it.
The Ministry of Health in Kenya said in the past 24 hours there have been no reports of new coronavirus cases as the country continues to take measures against the further spread of the virus.
We have screened over 600,000 people at the airport and elsewhere. Some of you were there when we were doing screening in the Ongata-Ongai area. We have tested 173 people, out of which 7 are the ones who have turned out positive. Fellow Kenyans, the good news is that the 7 patients are in stable conditions. And indeed, today, we began the test to see whether any of them might have turned positive. This is something that we will be discussing again, turned negative. This is something that we'll be discussing again tomorrow.
Universities, secondary and primary schools in Uganda have started to close and allow students to return home a day after President Yoweri Museveni gave the directive, being measures against the coronavirus, even though the country has not reported any cases yet.
We are doing research and all that has to be put on hold. All our lectures have to be put on hold. Whether it has been pushed or not, it's supposed to end.
And that is the end of international news. Business news is next after the break.
What?
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
In business news tonight, Tanzania Bankers Association has called on customers of banks and financial institutions to use digital services so as to avoid long queues and prevent the spread of the coronavirus in the country.
What we would like to urge all Tanzanians is to use alternative means to access services such as ATM cards or mobile money.
Tanzania Freight Association has urged the government to put in place paying procedures which will involve foreign and local banks and enable entrepreneurs to make payments for various goods during this period where many countries around the world have been affected by the coronavirus.
Things are not good because a lot of our customers are SMEs, meaning that they need to go to China to buy goods and ship it back home. And at the moment, they are not able to do so.
Stakeholders in the tourism sector in Arusha have said that the coronavirus outbreak has resulted in a decline in the number of tourists coming to Tanzania, with others cutting short their stay to return to their home countries.
Corona kwa kweli limetuathiri sana kwa sababu hata wageni waliokuwa wanakuja wengine wameahirisha safari zao na haieleweki ni lini watakuja. Na wale waliokuwa hapa pia wameingia hofu wanaondoka.
That is the end of business news. Sports news is next after the break.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
In sports news, Tanzania Football Federation TFF has urged its members to prepare to play without fans after the 30 days league suspension expires.
Kote tayari utekelezaji unaendelea.
The implementation is taking place, but we have also told our members and stakeholders that different leagues in several centers should also stop, and this is also being implemented.
Utekelezaji huo unaendelea.
Tanzania Olympic Committee has told teams preparing for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics to proceed with training, as the International Olympic Committee has stated that the competition will take place as planned.
We helped in the trip to Senegal. The government helped them through the Sports Council, the Ministry and TOC. Now the financial situation of all these areas is not so good, but we can hear from the Boxing Federation themselves how they are prepared. All I can say is we don't want to break their hearts. Maybe they are well prepared, and if they want, they would have come, but for now, we haven't spoken to them about that.
The tennis season has been shut down and all rankings frozen until 7th June, effectively sidestepping the French Open in late May, but keeping Wimbledon 3 weeks later safe for now. Here is more on that.
The French Tennis Federation, FFT, on Tuesday unilaterally tried to ship the second major of the season from May to September, supposedly to escape the threat of coronavirus, but also clearly to secure the viability of the event later in the year. They were ready for a roasting by the ATP and the WTA, and this was it. While the other organizations have no provenance of a Grand Slam events, the tough response of the bodies running the men's and women's tours will hurt the French, who surely will reconsider their strategy, having angered players and administrators across the sport. Roger Federer, recuperating from knee surgery at least until Wimbledon and unlikely to have played on the Roland Garros clay, whatever the date, is a key financial backer of the Laver Cup.
The English Football League has announced a £50 million package to help clubs enduring immediate cash flow problems from the suspension of matches because of the coronavirus crisis, in the somber mood but determined statement following a meeting of its board on Wednesday. Here are more details.
A set of 5 objectives stated by the board for enduring through the crisis tightly included enable the EFL to continue to function as a business. The statement, released at 6:05 p.m. after meeting lasting more than 4 hours at the EFL offices in Preston, emphasized the league's primary objective is to finish the current season, but gave no likely resumption date and notably did not say it should be concluded by the 30th June. The overwhelming majority of clubs, including Leeds and West Bromwich Albion, who are 7 and 6 points clear, respectively, in the automatic promotion places, are understood to have told the league's board they want the season to be completed, not ended now.
And the NBA is considering an idea where some players would be quarantined or isolated in order to compete again. Here's the story.
The NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said the idea is one of several items under consideration during the league's wide shutdown over the coronavirus pandemic. Maybe it's for a giant fundraiser or just for the collective good of the people, Silver said in an interview with ESPN. Also offered no predictions on when NBA games will resume. He said that league may resume games but without fans. That was a move the league was going to make last week before Utah's Rudy Gobert tested positive for a COVID-19 and prompted the league to go on a hiatus that looks likely to last several months.
And the sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. Thank you for watching and good night. live on our social media accounts, YouTube Capital TV and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania from Monday to Friday at 9:30 p.m. Don't forget to subscribe and put notification on.
Capital TV viewer, karibu tena kwenye Cab Chat, a program that brings you a lot of things that happened inside the country as well as outside. We're talking in light way. Tunazungumza kwa wepesi kidogo mambo mbalimbali ambayo yametokea kwenye juma zima, lakini baadaye mwisho wa siku tunakuja tunazungumza mada yetu ya siku ya leo, na tunakupa pia nafasi na wewe kuchangia kwa namna yoyote ambayo utaweza kupiga simu hapa pa studio kwetu mubashara kabisa. My name is Sebastian Kolo, and as usual, I'm not alone. Today I have two beautiful girls here, or let's say women.
Yes.
I went to a certain area and addressed and said, all the beautiful ladies, all the beautiful girls. Hebu naomba tunyoshe mikono. Wadada walikasirika. Wadada tu wadogo. Oh no, we are women. I have beautiful women hapa. Nancy Masengo and Hadija Zimbwe. Habari zenu jamani? Yeah, all good? Yes. Japokuwa wiki kidogo imekuwa, hizi wiki 2-3 zimekuwa na changamoto sana kutokana na janga hili la virusi vya corona. Tutaliongelea sana siku ya leo. Almost every story that we have is related to this virus. Na tutaongea kwa hapa ndani, lakini pia tutaenda na mataifa mengine. Tunafahamu kuhusu COVID-19, coronavirus, ambayo ni virusi ambavyo vinasababisha vimesambaa sana duniani kote. Vinaonekana kama vilianzia nchini China, lakini baadhi waziri wao kutoka kule China wa mambo ya nje anasema kwamba virusi hivi vilianzia Marekani vikapelekwa kule, na propaganda nyingi sana zimetokea, lakini all in all ni kirusi deadly na kimefanya maafa makubwa sana. Everything has stopped, a lot of things have stopped, and we're going to talk about those things. Now before we start talking about it or discussing about it kwenye stories zetu za hapa tulizonazo, let's first go and listen to the President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, alipokuwa akizungumzia swala hili na akitupa baadhi ya namna ambazo tunaweza kufanya ili kuepukana na janga hili, lakini pia hata kama itaingia kwetu basi maambukizi yasiende haraka ili tuweze kudeal nalo.
Naombe pia wa Tanzania, viongozi wa dini wa madhehebu mbalimbali, kwa sababu kila tunapoomba mahali ambapo huwa ni final ni kwa Mwenyezi Mungu. Kila mmoja katika imani yake tuendelee kumuomba Mwenyezi Mungu atuepushe na janga hili. Mungu anaweza kila kitu. Kila mmoja katika imani yake, awe Muislamu, awe Mkristo, awe anaabudu mti, awe anaabudu nini, tukamuombe huyo Mungu aweze kutusaidia ili janga hili, pamoja na tahadhari tunazozichukua, lakini hili janga lisije likaingia katika nchi yetu.
Naam, ushauri mzuri kabisa kutoka kwa serikali. Serikali tunasema haina dini, lakini that doesn't mean haimwamini Mungu. Kwa hivyo yeye Mr. President, yeye kama yeye pia ndio ukiachilia mbali kwamba yeye ni rais, yeye ni Mtanzania pia.